Time to talk some Woodbine for Saturday. We're going to be looking at September the 2nd. We'll be diving into the daily racing form past performances. There's a big Labor Day sale this weekend. You can get up to 50% off on daily racing form, past performances, DRF picks, clocker reports, and digital paper. If you go to drf.com, you'll see it right at the top on the front homepage, or you can click the link that I share below. If you're watching this on YouTube, if you're watching this on Twitter, there'll be a link right there. You can click directly to the sale. So DRF past performances for Woodbine, pick 5 for Saturday. Remember that early pick 5 sequence, $100,000 guaranteed every Saturday and Sunday in the pick 5 pool. Let's start in race number 2. You can play for just a 20-cent based wager. Let's dive on in. Race number 2 is a race where I'll be pretty captain obvious. It's a mile on the turf course in here. I think there are 3 main horses that are going to take a lot of support. And you want to try to pick 1 or 2 that you want to use. You don't want to use just ABC when you're building your tickets. So the 3 Exalt, making his second start back off a long layoff, he loomed up and looked exactly like a horse who needed the race. He just was sitting in a perfect spot, moved up, and just didn't have a whole lot of punch. He should be fit. The interesting horse in here is Bongino. He crossed the wire first, actually 3 times. He's a 2-time winner. He was a bit slow early last time out. He was inside, but he was able to kind of push up to 4th within 2, just behind the leaders. He angled around 3 wide. It was really nice, Bongino. And, of course, my name is in this. So I actually am going to lean towards Bongino. I think if you're going to look for one horse to play or a single, this would be the one that I would go to. The other horse was the one of the outside Newport Agent. Fits really well in here. 3rd off the long layoff. Drops. Nothing wrong with that race on June the 25th, 2 starts back. And the career best came at a mile on a 16th on the turf. Has some speed, but can pass horses. 6 for me all over the place. 3-8 would be the others, but I'm going to single the 6, try to get away with Bongino right off the bat in this pick 5. That'll give me some opportunity to spread around a little bit. I think you'll need to. I like the 4 in race number 3, Holiday in Chile. Completely missed the break, was about 10 lengths off, made a big middle move into contention. It's kind of shifting around behind horses late, now drops in class. The 2, Serenade at Sea, was a good second after a fast start, but just didn't cross over, backed up to 3rd, was a couple lengths off, moved up to 2nd, but couldn't get to one of the pace setters when he backed off. But I think he's probably the quickest in here. I mean, Yoda's a player, getting back to a sprint. The 3, 6, and 7, you can make cases for all of them. Like Dixie's Flatter in here with the blinkers coming off, hits a career low. Then you have the 6 and 7, Smokin' Holiday, would not shock me at all. Cutting back, JMR Speedy Escape, cuts back, drops, will be more forwardly placed in here. 4, 2 is my top tier. 1, 3, 6, and 7. I think you can make cases for all of them in a very wide open race, but I'll be using the 4 and the 2 everywhere. Race 4 is the middle part of the pick 5 sequence, a mile and a 16th on the turf. The 6 horse, Flawless Ruler, is a turf player with some sneaky form here. Was down on the inside last time out behind a ton of horses and really got going late. Was behind Greystone and Hank Ollie. I'm a little bit worried about Hank Ollie's chances in here because I think Centeno is even faster. Celentano is even faster, the 2. So I'm 2, 3, 6. I think Greystone will come flying. The 6 had trouble in that very same race, and the 2, Celentano, looks like the speed of the speed stretching out, dropping in class. 2, 3, 6 all over. 4, 8 would be the others if I was going a little deeper. Guard of Honor would be on a spread ticket for me, as would Hank Ollie. But I'm going to try to get out of here with 2, 3, and 6. Moving to the 5th race, mile and a 16th. 3-year-olds and up, but you started for a claiming price of $7,500 or less over the last 2 years. I'm going to the 4 in here, Sunrise Drive, who was sneaky troubled in that turf race on August the 11th, was sitting kind of 6th in between horses, was only about 2 lengths off, and it just was not in a good spot. Got stopped multiple times and then tipped out And it was just a brutal, brutal trip. And now Hernandez jumps on. This horse likes it at Woodbine. A couple starts back, he ran into a horse named Tyson, who's actually going to be running in the Jockey Club Gold Club this weekend and was behind Stanley House, who's in the King's Plate. I like Sunrise Drive in here quite a bit. I would have no problem singling this one on some tickets. After the 4, I would look at the 2. Rocket Joe Cooper, super honest, really consistent. Nothing to sell you on with that one. The 3, Stolen Money, is quick and one of the quicker in here, I think. Both the 6 and the 7 cases can be made for Ispam Gratu, second start back. They're just trying to figure out where she fits. She's going to stretch out now. And Coleyville is honest and comes running. I'm going to treat him more like an underneath type. We close things out in race number 6, $25,000 claimers going a mile on the turf course here. Another extremely difficult race. And I should have a lot of options because I'm probably going to single in a couple different spots. The 2, don't dismiss this turf form with the blinkers coming back on. These are some good races down here last year. This is a horse who was in the breeders, who was in the plate trial and got good on the grass. Fits here getting back to the grass. Last time we saw him on the turf, it was his first start of the year, so he needed that race. Now the blinkers come on. The 2, 7, and 8, they're major players for me. The 7, Quiet Out East. The 8, Lion Kingdom. This last 4 race stretch has been really, really good. And then the 1's the real wild card. He runs a huge race, earns a big buyer speed figure, and then he's off since November. But this is a barn who can definitely get a horse ready to rock off the long layoff, and imagine he's got to just go from the rail. 287 for me to close out the pick 5 on Saturday at Woodbine. Best of luck in the $100,000 pick 5 sequence.